Welcome everyone back to the Macaroni podcast. I'm your host Kyle, accompanied with me and my friends Will and Sal. Say hi, boys.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
And thank you all for joining me and my co-hosts on whichever platform you're on, wherever you are in the world, and whatever phase of life you're in at the moment. Now, you may realize there is a new interview series that I'm doing called After Curfew Interviews with Kyle. Make sure to go check that out. But why I'm bringing this up is because we've done some collaborations there, but I think this would be our first ever main podcast collaboration. Is that right, boys? Or
I
Yeah.
would say so, yeah.
yeah, I would believe so. So, without any further ado, let me introduce our wonderful friend and guest, Patrick. Patrick, introduce
What's
yourself.
up, everybody? Yeah, I got a podcast named The Corner, and I've had Kyle and Will on my show like one time, I think. And that was a blast.
Yeah.
Sure was.
Yeah, well, it's great to have you on. Thank you for coming on, man.
And no problem, man. Anytime.
Okay, that's great. Well, I think you should know that I think at the beginning of every podcast we like to start it out with like a little quote. Yeah, I feel like, and notoriously I'm known for being bad at getting authors, right? And it's kind of become a running tradition. And so I guess you could say today I kind of upheld that tradition. So I unfortunately couldn't find the author to this quote, but it's a good quote, trust me. So the quote I have is, "The best way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing." How would you interpret that?
I would interpret that like don't hesitate if you have something planned and you're like thinking that you maybe should do it, then you shouldn't hesitate and you should just go freaking do it.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. Will, Sal, you guys got any output on that?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so I kind of disagree with Patrick. As I see it, it's more like it's better than to just keep on talking about what you're gonna do and put yourself like get ready to actually start doing it and start like doing it right now instead of just telling everybody, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's basically like planning everything out. It's like, no, you already know what you're gonna do, so it's better to just get to it.
So I guess
Yeah.
taking action and putting your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will,
I-
I mean,
Yeah, I would say I would say that Sal pretty much covered it.
yeah,
my
I would say too. Sal and Patrick, you guys just covered most of the views on that one. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I just put your money, and like I said, put your money where your mouth is, and just if you can plan for ages. You can, like, let's say you're trying to pull off like some sort of live event. You can plan this event for years, but if you never really take the first step to, I guess, call up the venue and see if you can rent out the concert arena or something like that, you'll never progress, because I guess you'll never be able to get off the first step, kind of. So you just gotta jump in and hope for the best, I guess. Now, don't jump in completely blind. Like, I'm saying jump in as in, like, to at least take a little bit of time to prepare. Like, I'm not saying just get the idea and just call up a venue without any other preparation. At least plan it out maybe for a week or two. But if you keep planning and it just becomes a thing where you're just planning forever and never doing, what's the point, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that was a great quote segment, honestly. I liked all of your guys' views on that. And now I Patrick, I last time we were on your podcast, you you asked us a question that I thought was very interesting because I've never seen anyone really lead with this question. So I kind of took some inspiration. So now I want to ask you that same question. What has been interesting in your past week or so? I guess anything interesting happened?
Oh, holy shit, man. that was scary. Like, I'm like
Yeah.
thinking, like, what's he gonna ask? What's he gonna ask me now? Man, like, I don't know. Like, what's the most interesting thing that has happened in this past week? I don't really think that there's like happened that much interesting this week, but I would like to say two things that there has been like an enormous drop in temperatures, right? Where I live in southern Denmark. So it has gone from being let me see what that is in like Fahrenheit. But it's gone from being like really cold, like below zero, to plus in like no time. And then I mean like snow, a lot of snow, and then boom, next day gone. So like I felt like that was a bit surreal because like where I come from in Norway, when there is snow and it starts melting, it goes slowly and it vanishes piece by piece by piece until it's finally gone, and it could take like weeks or months before that happens. So I felt like that was like a little bit interesting.
So a natural
that has to
anomaly.
be like the most. Yeah, a natural anomaly is the
Yeah.
most interesting thing that's happened to me this week. Yeah, yeah, I think so, man.
Yeah,
But-
that's definitely weird.
Yeah,
Hey, I mean,
but
you know,
that's how I
nature-
interpret it.
nature does its thing. Nature does its thing.
Yeah. Nature does its thing. It does.
Now,
Uh,
I'm now gonna go into something more recent. Now, within like the past week, some things have happened, and a lot of it has happened up in the sky and even in space. Did you boys hear about the rover landing?
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that was big. What did you guys think of it? I guess we can start with Patrick. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, like it was the Perseverance landing on Mars. Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I feel like it's enormous, but I'm also like thinking like what happens if something happens to that
Right,
rover
yeah.
on Mars,
What happens?
because it takes like what 2-3 years to reach Mars.
Yeah.
It takes an insane amount of time. So if something happens to it, then it's not like they can just like boom, yeah, let's just send a new one up there. Then it takes like another year or so of planning, and then another 2-3 years for that drone to reach Mars. So
Yeah.
I mean, like they really have to be prepared to and know that the shit's together and nothing's
Yeah.
gonna go wrong.
Like I would
Right.
say that it's like a huge opportunity and like kind of like a huge thing. Like just
Yeah.
the fact that like it landed with like basically everyone was nervous, and then the fact that it landed just it's such a huge opportunity for everyone, you know, because like
Yeah.
about the amount of new technology that were actually on the rover, it's I would say it's, I mean, what can I say except for the fact that that's like actually like, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
it's an innovative technology. It's a new wave. Sal,
Yeah,
you
it
got
is.
anything to say on that? Or... Oh, Patrick, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was going to say something. But like they are saying, NASA is saying though that it is one of the most difficult maneuvers they can do in the space business, because they can't plan for all sorts of contingency of everything that can happen. They can only do their best, because no way they like have all factors played out before it happens, right? So
Right.
about like as like according to the statistics, like 50% of all the spacecrafts that is sent to the surface of Mars fails. And like that kind of like stresses the issue like of like how much money are we going to gamble on that this is going to actually work, because I cannot imagine, I don't see any numbers here, but I don't imagine that it's cheap to execute something like this.
Yeah, it's definitely not cheap.
And I'm like, what's the end game? Like, is it to prone for how viable it is to set up a colony on Mars at some point?
Yeah, I mean that would be wow, yeah. Just to think like living on a planet. Imagine that, dude. Like someday if we actually end up living on a planet, like bro, that'd be insane.
You know, if they sent like 100, imagine if they sent like 100 people to Mars today, I'd bet you $50 they would all kill each other within 5 years. And yeah, I think so. Like I can't like say for 100%, but that's just like my personal thought, because you don't have any police. You don't have any authority.
I feel like they'd start a gang up there.
When a colony.
They'd have gang wars up in space.
Oh yeah, but at the same time, the people that will be sent up, they're like billionaires, millionaires, like people like people with history and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, what if the billionaire's dream was to become a space gang, dude? Literally the most feared gang within the universe.
That could happen.
He's gonna run up in his space, his moon rover, just whipping the moon rover over on the block, just doing a drive-by.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Imagine drive-bying in space, just the bullets flying up.
Yeah.
You'd have to have some insane aim.
Well, like literally, like why wouldn't there happen something like it? Because if you compare it to the research bases on Antarctica, right? Some shady shit has gone down there. Like murder has happened, poison has happened, rape has happened. And why does it happen? Because like it's nothing to enforce. It's nothing to enforce that it doesn't happen, right?
Right.
And then it's the fact that you are in a research station with a limited set of people, right? And everybody's like thinking like, okay, maybe I should keep my mouth shut or else like I'm going to be next.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Snitches get stitches, man.
Oh my god. Jesus
I
Christ.
feel like that might be what happens when you don't have the authority on place to prevent chaos.
Okay.
I bet they just dig a hole in like a lake and just. Okay.
You're gone.
Have you seen like you know how the mafia used to do cement shoes?
Cement shoes?
Yeah,
you know what cement shoes is?
In cement?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
the term.
I know
the
it.
term. Yeah, so the term swimming with the fishes actually came from this. So the mafia, if you were like out of line and they just kind of needed to like get you out, they tie you to a chair and they put your feet in like a bucket of cement, and then they would let it like, I guess, dry up or whatever and become some rocks, like hard cement, and then they just kick you into the water.
Dang.
Wow.
Why would you know that?
You know?
Yes, why
Hey.
would you?
Dude.
I don't know. Like I
ask
don't think like it's the worst way to die though.
Okay.
It's pretty
Okay,
bad. It's
you
pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad, but you would pass out from the pressure coming at you from the water as you sink deeper and deeper. So you don't
True.
even get to even like
no, but
feel
sometimes
like
they
you're
put
drowning.
you in like the shallow end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, like that.
What do you think?
That would be like pretty bad. Gargling
with
up at like the surface. It's a few feet over you, being like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Swimming with the fishes, man.
Yeah,
All right.
efficient.
Okay. Apart from that, okay, back to the Mars rover thing. So apparently, I'm looking at this right now. There's gonna be a helicopter on Mars as well.
Huh?
Wow.
Yes,
Bro,
Wow. Okay.
why would you bring
Ingenuity.
A helicopter? Like, how is that
Ingenuity
gonna
will
work?
be the first helicopter to fly on Mars.
How is
Man.
it even gonna
It's
fly?
gonna,
I
it's
mean,
gonna crash.
it's
gonna
okay.
crash.
Mars is like if you don't know about this stuff, Mars is literally like really similar to Earth. Like it's not like the moon where if you jump you're like bouncing everywhere. I mean the days what I think it's just it goes by faster for like a few hours. And like the gravity isn't like the moon or anything. It's pretty you pretty much stay grounded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess I
Yeah.
know what they're coming from with that helicopter thing. But
But like,
we-
bro, like, why don't you just fly a helicopter of all things? Why don't you bring a car?
I mean, why not a helicopter? Like, let's
you
be
should,
honest,
you
why
should
not a
drop a
helicopter?
Lamborghini on the Mars and just
yeah, bro.
I would,
start
I would,
doing
remote
donuts.
control
like,
Lamborghini.
if you have to have something in the air, why not the drone that is like orbiting the surface of Mars?
They
why don't
already
you
have
just-
a
Bro, but just
they
have a
already have something.
Lamborghini on Mars, so then you can just do donuts and stuff on Mars. That'd be cool.
Why?
Well, that would be some commercial for Lamborghini.
They have a recon.
Yeah, true.
No.
true.
They already how you were talking about the drone circling. They already have a reconnaissance. Oh, I mean reconnaissance orbiter around Mars, taking pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
if you brought a Lamborghini, they could take pictures of the Lamborghini doing donuts. See, come on, I'm one step ahead of the game. Just get
Bruh.
the Lamborghini on Mars and just start doing donuts. You should
I
have an
know that.
Indy 500 on Mars.
When do you see that we have people on Mars?
Dude, I don't know why people think we're so innovative. Like, we're honestly kind of dumb. I'm being honest, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. They thought we're gonna be like flying in cars at this point. Like, dude, we're just like,
As
I mean,
the
no
most
disres-
closest we got is electric cars.
yeah, no disrespect
yeah.
to like people who are trying to like do all this stuff, but like, bro,
Yep.
get
Yeah,
your
like-
shit together, dog. Just
And like
do
that,
it.
the reason why I find this question interesting is because I saw Rogan asking this question to Musk on a very recent podcast, and he was like very fucking sketchy with like giving an answer, like he wouldn't give an answer. And then I'm like thinking, okay, then we're not even talking 2040, we're not even talking 2050, we're probably talking like 2100 before we would see any people on Mars, because there's so much shit that would need to
Dude,
be
I
planned.
swear,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elon Musk literally has a home inside the studio of Joe Rogan's thing.
Yeah.
He's like has like a sleeping bag behind the camera, dude.
I
I don't think he's left
so, too.
since like the first episode he was on.
He keeps coming back, man.
He's just
And I understand why. It has to have like a very positive impact on Tesla and SpaceX, at least
Yeah.
regarding his thoughts.
and he gets to smoke like 100 joints per episode.
Like I
Have you
haven't, I
seen
don't,
how many joints.
I have, but like I haven't, I don't remember seeing them doing it in the new studio in Texas, because in Texas weed is still illegal, if I recall correctly.
Oh. I mean, it's Joe Rogan. He'll
Yeah, and he don't give a shit.
yeah, he's gonna do something.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, like
But-
I think like we're talking like 80 years at least before we would see anything like humans on Mars.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree because Dude, we were like projected to be flying in cars and like.
Yeah.
And then we have now.
Now
like,
it's like
we are
can't even control a virus.
at the we can't even control a virus. We're at the point where we got like cheap technology and running low on cobalt and trying to figure out what we're going to do next to produce our smartphones and TVs. By the way, that's why you're like seeing these OLED TVs coming out now instead of LED TVs.
Yeah. Dude, I don't understand. Like, couldn't they just like I would be fine if there were no technological advances in laptops or like iPhones or TVs for like the next 2 years and they just focused on getting people into space, because the Earth is kind of getting Earth is in like a 12-round box.
Yeah, honestly, I would say it all comes hand in hand. Like if you think about it, all comes hand in hand.
How?
Because the more technological advances you could do with like devices and stuff, that means the more like AI, the more stuff you could do with like computers and stuff. Like the amount of AI
Bro, who
technology.
needs AI, dog?
You need AI
Yeah.
so you can simulate what would happen. Or else you're just gonna be sending stuff blind, you know?
Have any one of you like seen a show called The Expanse?
No.
It's really fucking good. It's also books. But I think like their prediction is spot on that in the year like 2200, 2300, we have like a world population of like 35 billion people, maybe more, and half of them are unemployed because of AI. Kind of like a dark prediction, but still,
Yeah.
that could happen.
I mean, the population only goes up because people love having sex.
What?
Yeah, no,
It's true,
no,
it's true,
no, no.
True.
Yeah, it is true, but it is also like other factors that is playing
Yeah.
into it, and a lot of the
Right.
factors has to do with unemployment and poverty. That's why we're like seeing like a huge boom in the population in Europe in the industrial revolution in England, where poor people and unemployed people were like and homeless people were like having 8 kids each, right? And it's like kind of the same that's happening in India right now,
Right.
where you also
Like, if
have
you
a shit
can't
ton of
afford
poor
to
people.
raise a child, please, like,
No,
come on.
well, yeah, but the human brain don't work that way. The human
that's
brain works like dicks and pussy, right?
What's the target audience of this podcast again? I just want to
Dude,
ask
because like, dude, I'm being honest. It's like,
God.
if you can't afford to raise a child, like, dude, you need to understand, like, I guess there's repercussions.
Okay, for me, hold on. For me, I am like against having a child at all for me, because I want to do my own thing. I'm like the only
Oh
thing
yeah, that's
that
gonna
a
change.
child's gonna
That's
help.
gonna change. That's gonna
No,
change.
no. Okay, I'm dead serious. I am sure I am not gonna change. I'm like I have everything planned out for the next like 10 years. Like you wouldn't even know. So like literally having a kid or anything, like even when I'm older and did what I already did, I would still like it's just a hassle, and then you literally pay twice as much as stuff for the kid than what you do for yourself. Like bro,
Oh my god.
if you want a kid, like actually you gotta like first be prepared, like hey, I'm gonna be spending this much. I'm gonna have to make new habits, gonna be doing all this and that. It's just a bunch of trouble that you have to go through.
If you ever get a
And-
kid, you need to set
Yeah.
aside. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set aside $200 for that kid. And this is,
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Nah,
regarding
nah.
regarding
Dude,
that,
but I feel like
regarding that matter,
as you
though.
grow older, you will want to have a kid, Sal. Like I'm like you can say that you won't now, but like I mean,
Nah, not even just now. Like in the future,
So
it's
you
just
like
too
locked
much of
in.
a.
You're like locked in
Yeah,
on your goals.
I do not, dude. Like I've
We'll
seen
see.
people
We'll see.
like let's say my relatives and stuff. They all recent like some of them recently got kids, and they're all like, bro, they look all tired and depressed. They're like, oh my. Sometimes they're even like, dang, what did I even have another kid? Because they already have another one like
Dude,
and stuff.
Sal.
Like imagine like it's just a bunch of work. Why?
We'll see.
What's
Nah,
why?
we'll see.
Why?
We'll see. If it okay, it in 20 years, if Sal has a kid, I want like everyone to just pull up this clip and just haunt him. Of
I
Sal
would
saying,
like to say
I mean,
Never
how would
gonna
it
happen,
be
bro.
good for him, right? Like theoretically, it'd be good.
maybe though, like America is like one of the worst places to have a kid. And you know
Yep.
why?
Exactly.
Yeah, it is because
Horrible.
you don't have a safety. You don't have a safety net, so you're like dependent on that. You have the financial resources. You're dependent
Yeah.
on that you might have, like,
Yeah.
have the financial resources where one of the spouses might even be able to stay home to raise
Right.
that kid for the
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can't just have a kid and then like leave him at home all day. And, like, where are you gonna?
No,
Yeah, you gotta work. See,
Gotta
this is what I'm
work.
telling you. There's a bunch of stuff that you have to do. So I don't
Never
know what's the
disagreed.
point.
I know. Hey, I
No,
never
no, no. Okay,
disagreed
no, no,
with
no.
you.
I'm just proving my point even more. Like as a person for
Bro,
me
what
who's
point?
already knows what. Okay, I'm just saying for me as a person who like wants to succeed in more let's say here's an example. Like I guess basically I have a really busy schedule, so even if I were to have more time, like it's still like just too much for me anyways.
So you just chasing a bag.
Yeah.
yeah,
So like no. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we'll see.
I mean it's all different for different people, but that's just my view on it.
we'll see.
We'll definitely
Can-
see
can I-
who's gonna have a kid.
Yeah, we're going to see. He's got a kid.
But yeah, honestly, I
What,
mean,
man?
it's. I feel like it's only a matter of time when, like, as you grow older, obviously, yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. That's all. That's all I gotta say. We'll see. Yeah. That we'll see. Now, like,
Well-
still, I'm gonna still stay with things that happened recently. Did you guys hear about like the plane, United Flight 328, the engine?
United Airlines, yeah.
Yeah. What'd you
Yeah,
guys
what-
think of that?
Well, I guess I guess everybody was pretty lucky. There was no like casualties, nobody died or anything. It was pretty good. So apparently that the engine, one of the engines from one side exploded midair, and like debris was falling into like a small Denver, in a suburbs, and and like on neighborhoods and stuff, like just debris. I'm not sure if anybody has seen the picture about this huge
Yeah.
like shell like outside someone's house, and then like a piece that fell on a truck and it just completely flattened the roof.
Wow.
Have you seen like the footage of the engine on fire in air?
Oh yeah.
I'm like thinking, like, if you're the pilot and you like look behind, if that's even possible, and you see that.
Oh, dude.
How do you manage to stay calm? Like,
I think
they
it's probably
they
flight
go through
training
like years of training, I'm sure.
Yeah.
yeah, but still, like that. All that's like simulations, right? It's never the
Yeah,
real
true.
deal. It has to be different when you're in the air and be like, oh,
Oh yeah,
shit.
but no, they have to keep calm. I'm sure they're not calm, but I'm pretty sure that they just have like the appearance to look calm and stuff, you know?
Yeah. The training
They
to
like
look calm.
screaming in their head.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's why I could never fly a plane or go to space because I just freak out.
I can't fly a plane due to the fact that I'm being colorblind. I'm literally not allowed to fly a plane.
Oh man. But yeah, man, like I see the pictures that you're talking about where you have like the debris on that guy's lawn and outside his house. Imagine like like it just like takes me back to the movie Donnie Darko. Is that any lights? Anyone has seen that?
Dude, you should just start a movie channel, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
you watch so
maybe
many
maybe I
movies.
should. Maybe I should. Like
You
I
watch
don't
so
watch
many
that
movies. I'd never
now.
heard of these, but they sound interesting.
Like that's an iconic cult movie where the guy, it's a cult movie. It has to be by now. It's really freaking old, like from the 90s. But anyways, like the guy like have a freaking airplane engine landing inside his house in his bedroom.
Ah, interesting.
Very interesting movie.
Yeah.
I wonder what movies you search for.
Yeah. But,
Man,
never mind.
man
Never
wakes
mind.
up to it. Man wakes up to an airplane engine in his bedroom. What shall
Yeah.
he do?
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know. I don't know if you guys follow sports too much. Well, I know Will and Sal don't follow it too much, but it was a big week for sports in general. We had, in boxing, we had the knockout of the year, in my opinion. And then we had, the dunk of the year in basketball with, the dunk of the year was, I'm pretty sure it was Toronto Raptors versus Minnesota, and Anthony Edwards just performed a hate crime on all Asians across the world, dunked on
Hate
Yuya
crime.
Watanabe. Dude, it was sad. It was really sad. That was painful to watch, but I mean, yeah, it was a great dunk of the year. And then boxing, knockout of the year. Oscar Valdez had a huge knockout against Miguel Berchelt. And did you see that?
It was in round 10 though. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was in round 10.
It was the last second or something of round 10.
It was nasty. It was boom.
Boom. And
yeah.
he was also the underdog in the fight, right?
Yeah, he was the underdog. I remember before the fight, they were talking about him being the underdog.
So, I do like it every time, like the underdog winning.
Yeah.
Because it just like shows that there is a chance, for somebody that doesn't have the same resources or as established as the other opponent.
Yeah. Now, did you watch the fight yesterday, Broner versus Santiago? Broner's back.
Who's that?
Okay.
Adrian Broner battled his way to a unanimous decision victory over Santiago in their 12-round welterweight bout yesterday.
Cool.
Adrian Broner, he's big mouth. He had a big mouth back when he was like younger. And it just so happened he'd get his ass whooped every time he opened it. But he's back. He was a loud mouth, and I didn't really like his personality. But I mean, hey, he's a good boxer. So I'm just glad he's back. So that's kind of cool.
Have you changed your mind about him? Like, because you didn't like him before? No.
He seems a little more humble now.
Yeah.
But still. I'm pretty sure Marcos Maidana humped him in one of the matches.
But he's in the class of super featherweight.
Well, his return battle was in welterweight.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is return bat. It's that's the weight class he's fighting in now.
I think so. I mean, apparently this was his big return, and he's fighting in welterweight, 12 rounds welterweight. So I mean,
okay.
And he won unanimous decision, so
yeah,
I guess he could be cut out for it.
He's not that big. He's only
he isn't that big. He really is not that big.
5 feet 6.5.
Yeah.
Wow. Like He's
But, I
smaller.
mean,
He's smaller. He's smaller than Stallone, and Stallone is small.
yeah. We'll see. I mean,
We'll see.
I don't think he's cut out for welterweight, but
No,
he's definitely
But
gonna have to
it could-
drop weight cuts.
but he has been boxing since 2008.
Yeah.
So like like I'm like wondering like how many years left would you have? And he's already like in his 30s, like in his early 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know that Sal and Will are not the biggest, I guess you could say, boxing fans. So we're gonna, or like sports fans. So we're gonna move away from sports. For a second.
I got something like they might like in sports. How much money did Mike Tyson waste during his career?
Oh yeah, wasn't it
Yeah.
like 200 million?
No, man, it was like fucking 700 something million.
Damn.
Jesus.
Because like that's about like all the money he earned during his boxing career, and then if you like look up his net worth now, it is something like 2 million. So you're like where did the 700 go?
Drugs.
Yeah, but he had like these insane freaking parties, right? And flying hookers in from Texas to Las Vegas on private jets, buying cars. Like he
had a
has
tiger.
said he had a tiger, and he has said to reporters and stuff in like I'm fucking am I saying stuff? Sorry, but he has said that that when people would ask him in parties, "Hey man, can I borrow your car? Hey man, can I borrow your car?" Then he would just give them the keys, right? And by the time he would wake up the next day, he would be too fucked up to remember who he gave that Lamborghini to or Ferrari. So
just keep it.
so chances are like there's still a lot of people that has like cars in their garages. That
Mike
they borrow
Tyson's.
from
Mike
Tyson's, yeah.
Tyson editions.
Like, he never claimed it back though, so like I just suppose it's
Yeah.
mine now.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
it
man, like,
says he used Tyson used most of his money to pay for things like taxes, training, and his living situation.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but also like he had no control over the money. He had no perspective on what the money was worth.
Yeah.
So if something was $1 million, and somebody told him it was
he
$1 million,
bought
to
multiple
buy
expensive homes, which means
Yeah.
the land tax.
it, yeah, that
For
would
those-
be
Yeah.
Huge.
Okay. So what was expensive for him?
Nothing.
Literally
lifestyle.
nothing. Like he had no like the value. Like he didn't understand the value of the money.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
He
saying?
didn't
Really?
understand- he didn't understand the value of the money because it all came like crashing in, right? And because he went from like nothing to superstar overnight, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He basically he was able to like spend money on everything. I guess I know where you're coming from, saying where like all like different things have basically you don't know the values of them, because
Yeah.
I guess you all of that just came onto you. Like let's say a rich person.
Yeah.
I guess anything that costs like an iPhone or anything that's pretty basically cheap. Like for us, some of us, people that don't have that much money or anything, they're like, oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean,
Yeah.
He bought big houses. He bought a lot of expensive cars, and he bought expensive pets with like all his parrot. I mean, not his parrots, his pigeons, and then his tiger. And then
Yeah. But I would think that like that this is more common than you think. Of course, like
mhm.
Tyson was on like Tyson's expenditure was like on steroids, but compare it to like a quarterback in the NFL or running backs or like anybody that gets getting these $1 million paychecks a season in the NFL, a lot of them also don't have any clue on like how to
Right.
spend the money and would just
Right.
spend it on like sports cars and real
Yeah.
estate and all kinds of shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, and it says that he wanted a relationship, so he would get married 3 times. He's a father to 8 different kids. And most of the time his wife or his girlfriend would be like a celebrity, so it's not like they didn't have a good job. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
he
that's
was
true.
like, yeah. He was yeah, he was kind of a troubled person, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
he was charged with like rape, I think.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he also bit someone's ear off
What?
Yeah, he
in a boxing match. Yeah,
he
no
bit
no
Evander
joke.
Holyfield's ear off in the fight. Yeah, desperate to win.
And,
That's kind of brutal. Jesus Christ.
Was it allowed though?
No, it was just a tip.
Oh,
Did you get a
was that
penalty though?
the whole year?
No, it wasn't the whole air, just the tip of the air, like top tip.
Yeah. I mean, but recently he's been doing pretty good. I mean, he has his own weed ranch, Tyson
And podcast.
Ranch. And he has his own
podcast.
podcast like us,
Yeah.
Hitboxing
Yeah.
with Mike Tyson. I mean, Hotboxing
Yeah.
with Mike Tyson.
He's been the
So
talk
he's
of the
doing
town
good.
for like again.
He's doing pretty
Yeah.
good for himself.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of it has to do with that he's learning how to be a human being.
Yeah, Mike Tyson. I mean, imagine if he didn't waste all his money.
Well, then he could know.
I'm
like,
pretty-
invent
no,
something. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure he actually does, like, give some of his money away to where
I'm pretty sure I think I've seen stuff before. I think. Here, let me look it up.
Yeah, I mean yeah, that is Mike Tyson. You know, when you're that rich and you have that much money,
Yeah.
you don't really have a sense of what it actually means to.
Yeah, you lose track of it, and like I said, like it is so common when people reach those levels, and
Yeah.
they happen all and it happens all the time for people that plays professional poker, like online poker, and also like poker in Vegas, because like a lot of the WSOP winners will be broke by the time the next tournament begins next year,
Mhm.
because they gamble it, they're addicted.
Yeah.
They are gambling addicts.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
Man,
think.
like I'm
Yep. What were you saying?
no, I was just like saying like I'm sorry that I'm like feeling that I'm like taking all the air here.
No, you're
no,
fine.
No, you are. You're fine. This is great. This is
Alright.
great.
Alright.
But yeah, I feel like that's gonna do it for today. I mean, thank you so much again, Patrick, for taking the time out of your day to come on.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. We appreciate it a lot.
No problem. I want to give a shout out to my co-host Troy in the chat there, since he was a little I don't know that I didn't give him the credit last time, but that's fine.
Okay.
And for all your listeners, don't forget to subscribe or check out my channel if you like what you're hearing.
Yeah. And if
Yep.
you like this video, I mean, like the videos, and make sure to go check out the Corner podcast. The link will be in the
It's a really
description,
good
so you can.
podcast.
Yeah, it's a really good podcast, well put together. You can check it out in the description, and make sure to go subscribe, look at their content, and yeah, we love collaborating with you, Patrick. You're
Yeah.
welcome to come back anytime you'd like, and
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
to all of the viewers, I guess that's us for this week, and signing off. We'll see you next week. Bye.
See you guys.